Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports. Here myself Charlie. I'm on before the video starts to please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Now, we had the news confirmed yesterday that has been rumoured in rugby for a while, which is that the Prem and Champ and the RFU have come to an agreement which will see, as of next season, relegation and promotion scrapped. What a seismic move in English club rugby. It looks like they are going to be moving now more to a franchise-based model in the Prem, which will obviously see a ring-fenced league, and you're going to have to pay if you want to join the top league. I think it's a shocking move. I really do. I think it's an absolutely dreadfully short-sighted move from the RFU. Now, anyone who watched my channel will know that a few weeks ago I went down to Ealing Trailfinders to watch them play Richmond, and I said after that it was a problem. Ealing were a problem because they don't have the capacity to go up to the Prem, but they were coasting through the Champ. Clubs like that, what this means, who knows? Because we've now got this situation where they're probably going to still do that and coast in the Champ, which will then mean that are any clubs even going to be eligible anymore? We know that there is obviously an ambition for clubs to get promoted. We know that there's probably an element of Worcester will want to go back in. Doncaster Knights, I've never got why they don't put a team in Yorkshire again. But that's that. They now as well have seen their promotion hopes, it looks like, cut off unless they can raise these funds and prove that they are able to join the league. What I don't get is if you look over the English Channel, and actually, funny enough, when I was in Bosnia last week, I met a French guy. We watched the Six Nations on the Saturday, and we talked to this French guy. We were talking about French club rugby, and he was saying he just cannot believe how healthy it is. And he was saying about how top 14, it's not top 14, it's Pro D2, clubs are getting thousands in every week. They're not that far away, France. We only have to look over the English Channel, what they're doing. It's not a closed shop, and we've completely ignored that. We are light years behind them. And for me, it's a system that could work in England, but it's not marketed well enough. And the RFU are running the game into the ground. And this is, for me, a confirmation of that. I get people will say, yeah, but the financial side of things. But the game's not profitable anyway at the moment. So I don't really get how, unless it's going to be a billionaire's tax write-off, who's going to want to pay the 13.2 million? And what's the ambition now for champ clubs to try? There won't be another Exeter. Because if you remember, Exeter, who are now these contenders most years for the Prem, they were in the Championship for a long time. But a local businessman took them over and said, Toby Rowe, and said, I'm going to build them into something. I'm going to make this club a club for the city. And we're going to build and we're going to make this great. We're going to make this great for the city. We're going to make it a giant of club rugby. He did that. Where's the ambition? People aren't going to want to do that now. And I think you'll see clubs in the Champ and League One just dying because there's no ambition there. Owners are going to go, well, what are we trying now for? I mean, really short-sighted move. It really annoyed me. And it just again shows how, in my eyes, how out of touch the RFU are of club rugby. You know, we all bemoaned R360 and said, oh, this is an awful move. Franchises, Grand Prix style. This isn't rugby. This isn't rugby either in my eyes. And actually, what's the difference? Because both would have been closed shops. I don't get why we've done it. And we only as well let's look at the Southern Hemisphere, Super Rugby. That didn't work out well either. Relentless expansion. I don't know what it means. I hope there's a long-term plan, but I have my doubts with the RFU. Just there doesn't appear to be within the RFU an ambition to grow the game in England. It appears to be, I've said this before, it appears to be in English rugby. The problem is that they're happy with where we are. We're happy in our little corners. We're happy with our communities. We don't really want to grow the game outside of that. And it appears to be that's the approach. And that is so, so ridiculous. Especially with the current financial sporting markets. But it is what it is. And I think as well, one problem that the Prem does have is the fact, talking of growth, that a 10-team league is stale. I don't know about anyone else watching it, but you get to a point in the season where you got some sides that know they're not going to be relegated, so there's no jeopardy, and they're just sort of playing for nothing. And it's stale. It really is. It just... And we get it in other leagues. I'm a big NFL fan, but towards the end of the season, like I'm a big. Let's take the Bengals. Bengals are my team in the NFL this year. Nothing to play for. The games became damn squibs, and you just sort of sat there going, "Oh well, great. Yeah, I'll watch it because they're my team." But there's nothing really riding on the line, and I think that's not sport. That's not competitive sport. So I think there's got to be more teams in the Prem because 10 teams is starting to feel repetitive and just very. There needs to be something done to fix it. Let 2 more in or 4 more in. I mean, listen, I've said before I wouldn't mind seeing the Welsh teams in, but they're in contract till 2030 with the URC, so that's not going to happen. But like I say, we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? As always, guys, let us know what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Have a great day.